Welcome back to another lesson. If today is your first time stopping by and you love what I do, kindly subscribe to be a part of this family. And if you are a returning subscriber, I want to say I am most grateful to you for your time. In our class today, we are going to learn how to make this beautiful bag. I will leave all the materials and the dimensions in the description area. I have here beads, fishing line 0.7 mm, the flat type of locker, a set of bag hooks, and a chain as materials. For tools, I have a plier and a scissors. I will start with a workable amount of the fishing line, then thread 4 beads. So I will draw thread down and then interlock in the 4th bead as shown. I will then pick a bead each with both hands and then pick the 3rd with the right and interlock. I will continue this step by picking a bead each with both hands, interlock in the 3rd, and then stretch my hands apart to lock them. What we are doing is called matting, so I would continue the same steps until I get my desired length. Afterwards, I would pick 3 beads with my right hand. Note again that anytime we pick beads, we are going to interlock in the last bead and pull our hands apart. I would again pick 3 beads with my right hand. I would be going through the beads on my left hand one after the other, and anytime I go through one, I would pick 2 beads. Let me inform you that I have a page on Facebook called the Beaded Space. If you don't mind, kindly join so we get a pool of people with a common interest showcasing our products and also learning from each other. So I'll pick 2 beads, interlock in the 2nd bead and pull my hands apart. I'm going to continue this step until I get to the last but 1 bead. At the last but 1 bead, I would enter that one with my left and then put the work down as shown, so that the left will now be my right. I would then add 2 beads. I would then pick 3 beads with my right hand, interlock in the last one and pull my hands apart to lock the beads. So after this stage, we are going to be going through the beads on our left hand one after the other, and anytime we do that again, we are going to add 2 beads. So continue these steps until you get your desired mat to work with. Fast forwarding, I am done with the body of the bag, the 2 mats for the sides, the 2 handles, and then a small mat to cover the hook when I attach it. As I indicated earlier, I will leave the dimensions of the bag in the description area as a guide. observe how I created these designs on the back. Insert the fishing line wherever you want it. So I will pick a bead each with my hands. I would then pick the last bead and interlock. I would continue this step for the second time. Afterwards, I will align it with the body of the bag to get its corresponding bead, and then pass the right fishing line through the bead down and add one bead to get 4 beads in that square. Then I will complete that step, and so you can do as many as you want. I am going to come out with another video to show how I end a fishing line and also add a new one to my work. Whenever I complete a mat and I realize that I have a longer fishing line on that particular mat, I don't cut it away. I leave it, so I continue the next project or the next step with that same mat. So if you had cut yours, you have to cut a new fishing line, so you attach the side to the body of the mat. That is where we are at the moment. I'll then pick one bead with my right hand and then insert it in another bead on the mat. Then I will add one bead. I am still making rings of 4. From here, I would enter the bead to my left and the one to my right and add a new bead. Note that I have introduced another color because I started this work in February this year and we are in September. I am now completing it. I left it down, so I have had a new design that I am working with at the moment, and I am using just a pack of bead, and it will not be enough for the design I have in mind. That is how come I have added another color. When I am done with this part, I will do the same thing with the other small mat. I exhausted the fishing line, so I cut a new one. I am going to enter the coffee brown, then the main bag, that is the bigger mat. I am going to enter 2 beads on that with the left fishing line. Then I will add 1 bead. By that, I am going to make a bend. I'm going to curve to mold the down part of the back. I am going to make another separate tutorial on that. So from here, I would enter 1 bead on the left and the other on the right and add as we started. So the smaller mat by the side is going to be the flap or the cover of the bag. So I'm going to attach that to the main bag. So we are going to use the same technique we used in attaching the sides to the bag. So I'll continue by entering 1 on my right, 1 on my left, then I'll add another bead. So I am going to repeat these steps until I complete the stage.
It's now time to add the hook. So to do that, I am going to look for the midpoint.
I already have a short video on how to attach a hook, so I will leave that link in the description area for your reference. My ears are open to your suggestions, and so if you have any video idea, kindly drop it in the comment section, or I'll leave my number in the description area. You can WhatsApp me via that number. Again, I would love to see your works or your progress, and so when you complete any project you learn from our page, from this platform, kindly share that with us also on WhatsApp. It's about time I cover the hook so the rough part doesn't become visible. So I'll pick a bead. With one end of the fishing line, I would enter a bead in the small mat and then find its corresponding on the flap and insert the other fishing line on that. I promise to make another separate video on this as well. Afterwards, I would add one bead to it. Then I will enter one bead up, another bead down, and add a bead. So I'm going to do this all round until I completely seal the hook from being visible from the outside. I want to appreciate you all for your time. I plead that if you are a new member here and you love what I do, kindly subscribe to be a part of this special family. Per the original design I had in mind when I started, these small knots, the designs were to be all about the back, but because I changed the design, I needed more beads, so I had to lose those ones so I can get enough beads to complete the bag. So gradually the bag is falling into shape. I am now going to attach the handles. With this design, it is such that when you close the flap, it doesn't have to interfere with the position of the handle, and that is why I have put it on before inserting or fixing the handles. This process of fixing the handles is not different from how we covered the flap. So what I am doing is I will align the handle with the body of the bag to get the corresponding beads. So I will first insert one fishing line on the body of the bag, pick one bead, and then insert the other side of the fishing line on the handle. This one too, trust me, there's going to be a short tutorial on that. I don't want this video to be excessively long, so I am going to break these steps into pieces in separate videos so that the next time I put them together, it will not be confusing if you are new into beading. All too soon, we've come to the end of our lesson today. Until I bring to you another lesson, I plead that you subscribe if you love what I do here. Share this video, leave your comments or thoughts, and also like as well. Until we meet again, I want to say Thanks for your time. Bye bye.